Hi, my name is Yasu. I'm from Japan, live in Japan, but right now I'm visiting Singapore. I love the weather so far, but the weather here changes just so quickly and rapidly, and then I got so wet all year because it started raining heavily out of nowhere, which was fun. Anyway, so today I wanna talk about what has happened to me when I was dealing with low testosterone syndrome. And initially, I was diagnosed with low testosterone syndrome like almost 3 years ago, July 2023. That's a few months after my surgery for pleural tumor here that I had to remove it. I'm not sure if it's related to the surgery or not, but after the surgery, my health condition, from my perspective, got deteriorated really badly, and then I was really consulting my doctor, seeking the help. But in Japan, once I'm discharged from the hospital, the doctor in the hospital really cannot do anything. And I can understand because once I'm discharged, anything can happen to me out of the hospital. So it's almost impossible for anyone to know what causes what and what's not related or not related and not related. So I understand that they couldn't help me, but it was really one of the confusing moments in my life, and I had to go to a lot of the different experts. And in July, everything just so happened simultaneously that I was diagnosed with low testosterone syndrome. I was officially diagnosed with depression, and I started taking antidepressant, and then my severe insomnia occurred, and it was just so horrible. And I didn't know what to do because until then, I just never had any sleeping issues. So everything happened. You can kind of see the videos that I've been posting. But for this one today, I want to focus on the low testosterone syndrome and how am I doing right now with it? Because a couple of days ago, someone gave me a comments on one of the videos that I was talking about my progress with the low testosterone syndrome. So let me just talk about chronologically, and in the end, I will talk about how am I feeling with everything right now. So in June 2023, I was looking for reasons why I feel so deteriorated, and then something is really wrong with me that no one can tell me. And originally, as I mentioned, it has something to do with the surgery. However, after the surgery, once a month, I saw my doctor, and based on everything, it just everything gets better and better in terms of here. And luckily, it's not cancer yet. So basically, a perfect surgery, and then I made the right decisions to remove everything. But since this is getting better, but I don't feel healthy. If anything, I feel a lot worse back then. So I was looking for different kind of experts, checking my blood and everything, these glands. It's just I did a lot of testing with different kind of experts. And July 2023, my urologist was telling me, and also I was asking him that is it possible that I'm somehow suffering from low testosterone syndrome, because I've been searching for a lot of information online, and the symptoms that I'm suffering from, it kind of matched with symptoms that patients with low testosterone syndrome suffer. It's quite similar. And my urologist agreed and ran the blood test and everything. And a week later, when I visited him, he was really showing concerns. I could tell that look at your blood test results, and in here, look at your testosterone level. It's super super low. It's just too low. It's really dangerous. And in this blood test, we checked your liver conditions and any other conditions as well. And we, I encourage you to consider getting the testosterone replacement therapy, which is injecting the testosterone. If it's okay with you, take your time, because there's a lot to consider, and of course there's a side effects. I didn't hesitate. Just tell him that, can I do it today? He was like, okay, sure. Just sign this paper. You understand everything, and let's just do it. So in Japan, if you if you're diagnosed as suffering from low testosterone syndrome, you can get the treatment covered by national insurance. One shot is like 700 Japanese yen 3 years ago. In the US dollar right now, probably $5 or something. And in 1 month, I can get 2 shots. One shot in 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. And because it's a treatment covered by national insurance, I was obligated to do the blood testing every 3 months. And so I started to doing that. And after 3 months, I did blood test. Two situations happened to me. One is my testosterone level actually went up, but not high enough. But everyone's bodies would react differently. So at least my body is responding to it, and then it got higher than before when I didn't do any treatment. So which is a good sign. However, based on the blood test, it seems like the testosterone replacement therapy seems to be hurting my liver, which was quite shocking because until then, I never had any issues with my liver, because in Japan, at least once a year, we have to take the healthcare examinations to check everything, and the blood test is a very common thing. And I never ever had any issues with my liver in my entire life. So it was quite shocking. So I sat down, discussed the situation with my doctor, and we agreed that just lower the number of the shots that I'm getting from twice a month to once a month. And after 3 months, I did a blood test again, and it showed that my liver is fine, but my testosterone level is in between, higher than the time that I didn't do any replacement therapy, but lower than what I was getting when I was getting 2 shots in a month. And my doctor was telling me that with most of his patients, even one shot a month really helps them to increase their testosterone level, especially after 6 months. And since my testosterone level is nowhere near in a healthy range after 6 months, and we cannot do injections twice a month, he was telling me that maybe you're not suitable for this treatment. But in Japan, the treatment covered by national insurance for low testosterone level is only two things. One is the replacement therapy, injection. Another one is the Chinese herbs. And Chinese herbs are like just keep taking it, hoping that it can help my body to adjust little by little and only a little bit anyway. So he was telling me that I could prescribe the medications, the Chinese one, but based on my professional careers and everything, I don't think you can actually find it so useful. So the doctor and I sat down more and discussed and decided that let's just keep doing for the at least like maybe another 6 months or so. And based on the result after 6 months or so, we can decide. But I understand that if there's no major improvements, and then of course in the beginning he was telling me that the longest that he can do the treatment, the putting the testosterone into my system is just 1 year. That's really the maximum. Otherwise it's going to be so dangerous. So in 2004 March, I was getting the blood test results, and then unfortunately my body is really not responding to the injection in a way that I was hoping for and my doctor was hoping for. So in these situations, I was one of the rare case that my body wouldn't respond to the testosterone replacement therapy, which is very unfortunate, but that's shogunai. And I stopped taking testosterone injections and switching to Chinese herbal medicines. But from them, it's just let's just see how it goes. So I just take it like 3 times a day, and I get prescribed for 2 months of the meds, and then come back, and every 4 months I run the blood test because I was not getting the testosterone injections anymore. So I didn't have to do the blood test in every 3 months. And then back then, he was really asking me a lot of questions like how I feel, like my mental stability, stamina, and also how much interest I have in the world, or what's my energy level and my sexual drive and everything, like if I have a boner every morning, or how many times do I engage in sexual activities, or even like do you do masturbation. And when he asked the questions, it really occurred to me that I never even thought about those things because I was so preoccupied and busy with dealing with antidepressant, and also in my case the first antidepressant, which is Effexor, was very effective anyway. So I didn't really look for any other medications, but side effects and everything was still affecting me. And even though my mood swing and my energy level, motivations and everything got restored after I increased the effects dose to the highest in Japan, which is 225 milligram per day. But I was still suffering from the sleeping issues, which is very horrible. Looking back, dealing with depression is really not as hard as dealing with sleeping issues because effects really worked well on me. But I was very struggling and I keep changing sleeping pills, try to figure out which sleeping pills can put me sleep. And even after like everything got stabilized, still like my sleep was very unstable. It was so uncomfortable. Then finally, I think after 7 months or so, I found the right combination to put me in sleep, makes me sleep. So it was a lot going on back then. And I had no space in myself. I have no, it's just no space to think about those kind of things. And my doctor was telling me that, okay, it's a medical advice. First of all, um, whether you feel sexual drive or not, I encourage you to do masturbation regularly. And I was asking him like, what do you mean by like, how exactly? What do you mean by regularly? Like every day, or once a day? No, every day, or twice a day, or once in 2 days, or once a week. And he was telling me that well, ideally once in 2 days. And then I was telling him that, so why is it so important? And he was telling me that just like muscle, that if you don't use your, let's say, if you break your bone, like arm, the bone of the arm, and you don't use it, your muscle gets smaller. And it's kind of same thing. If you don't ejaculate, it's just gonna, your body gets used to the conditions and it becomes less active. And he was not kidding. And it kind of makes sense. So since then, I've been doing it like regularly as guided by doctor. Whether I feel sexual drive or not, it really doesn't matter. It's just what I do. But it kind of like puts me in a very difficult situation, the confusing situations, which is um, I don't know when I feel sexual drive or not. Okay, it sounds weird. Mm, I think before, when I didn't have any kind of health issues, I did masturbation because I got horny. But ever since I started to dealing with it, like I just do it regularly as guided. So it's just more like a job? なんか変だな。And um, that's why like, and also like he was asking me like how many days do I have a boner like when I wake up. So I start tracking that information as well, and then started reporting to him. But the conclusion this one is that it really doesn't change even after my blood test shows that I'm no longer suffering from the sexual low testosterone syndrome. And which really makes everything somewhat confusing. And in some way, I don't even know how to make sense out of it. So, in 2024, no more testosterone shots, and just taking Chinese herbs, medical herbs, and I didn't really feel any improvements. And my doctor was telling me to work out, especially lower muscle on my body. And I know myself that I hate working out. I hate heavy lifting. If anything, I want to be just lazy, do nothing. But I know if I do nothing, nothing gets improved. So I was looking for a personal trainer, and I found the one. And ever since then, uh, he's been pushing me to lift heavier and heavier. So now I can do the squat with 110 kilogram, which is a lot. It's a big improvement anyway, which has started since. So I was doing the weightliftings with my personal trainer since later 2024, and I'm still doing that. And in February 2025, I felt the weightlifting is not enough. I need to just use my entire body and just keep pushing my body. And I found CrossFit, which was very interesting. So without thinking too much, I just signed up, joined the box, and then getting myself involved in CrossFit. And since then, I love CrossFit. So twice a week, I do CrossFit. And I can lift heavier. I can move better. Still so many things that I need to improve. And there's just so many things that I still cannot do. But little by little, gradually, I'm getting better, which is something that I enjoy. And I chose the box a little bit far away from my place because if I pick the closer one, it's too convenient. And what I meant is I really, really didn't go out. And I still don't go out that often. And I was thinking this is really not healthy. So if I pick a box far away from my place and I just need to keep going there, then that's gonna push me to go outside. And I think in that for that one I made the right decisions. Now I go out a lot more, stay outside a lot more, and engage in intensive physical activities more. And then 2025 April, I did my final blood test on my testosterone and everything, and then it shows you no longer suffer from low testosterone syndrome. And it caught me completely off guard because from my perspectives, I'm not healthy at all. I feel lazy. I cannot move my body that well. I don't really have motivations that much. And then of course, like because I've been tracking like how many days every morning in the morning I have boner, and also like I really didn't have that much sexual desire. So I really thought that I'm not healthy at all and I'm still suffering from it. But the blood test showed that you're not suffering from low testosterone syndrome. And it confused me. And then I was telling the doctor that I don't feel healthy in a way that I think I should be. And he was asking me, but you said that you started to doing the weightlifting with your personal trainer, and then the weight has been increasing, and then you are engaging in CrossFit twice a week. That's healthy people do. My testosterone is okay, but I cannot even do that much exercise. So don't you think you are healthy as the blood test shows? And he got the point. So that's the last time that I got treatment for my low testosterone syndrome. And since then, um, I don't really check anything. But like a couple of days ago, my user asked me how I'm feeling nowadays. And it got me thinking, because what I am right now is not how I imagined it to be once I finish all of the treatments and then become healthier, and then my testosterone level is high enough. Because yes, I do intensive workout and then CrossFit training and everything, but in terms of the sexual desire and the sexual activities and everything, I I'm not sexually that active. And it's really hard if this is because I'm still suffering from some kind of low testosterone syndrome, or it's just simply I'm getting old. I really don't know. And then just like I said, that I've been tracking how many days in a month I get boner, and frankly speaking, those sexual activities and everything pretty much the same. Same means, let's say, even this month or after I have no issues with testosterone syndrome based on my blood test results, or 2 years ago that I'm still suffering and getting the treatments, number of the days in a month that I get boner is it's really the same. And I've been doing masturbations once in 2 days as instructed by my doctors. So I really don't know. And then because it's been so long that I have I don't even know when was the last time that I have this sexual drive or the urge that I really want to do have sex. I don't have that, and I haven't had that for a long time. So not feeling anything at all is just becoming part of who I am and what I am. So does that make me unhealthy? I'm not sure. But certainly one thing that I can tell is I think the sexual drive is one of the foundations to push people to socially engage with people. And because I don't have that, oh, it's low in me, I don't really need to see people, meet new people, and I don't really feel like be intimate to anyone, which might be troublesome, but I'm not sure because I don't feel like I need that. So if I don't feel the need, I don't know what's what I am missing or what I am not missing because I don't want to force myself. So that's what's going on with me. Even my testosterone level is in a healthy range. I'm not sure what other people are going through and feeling, or how normal people feel their sexual desires and sexual drive and everything. I don't know because I'm not them. But at least right now, I am okay with this one because I am a lot comfortable compared to the situations that I was in like a year ago, or especially 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So I don't expect too much. I'm not looking for perfections anyway. But certainly I can tell that once I finish all of the treatment for low testosterone syndromes and everything, I thought that I'm gonna be more super active, I'm gonna be more sexually active, but because that's not the case with me right now, so I can feel I can see the gap now, but I think I'm getting just so used to these conditions. So I think what I want to say is, if you have so much energy, you have so much sexual drive and desire, don't lose it. Enjoy it and cherish it, because someday it might be gone, or it will be gone someday, and it will get decreased, and you don't know when that happens, but it will happen eventually. So enjoy as much while you still have it, because once you lose it, you don't know how to get it back. So being and staying healthy is the only way to make your life happier and more fulfilling. So thank you for watching. Please take care and seriously look after your health. For now, Johnny, bye bye.